It had been almost 4 years since Mariam got married. From the outside, everything looked fine. A new home, a new life, a caring husband, a routine that seemed peaceful. But inside, Mariam was quietly falling apart. Every morning when she stood in front of the mirror, her eyes didn't go to her face first, they went to her body. The clothes that no longer fit the same, the breath that felt heavier than before, the silent judgment she imagined in every room she entered. And then there were the comments. "You've changed so much after marriage. You used to look so fit before. Doesn't your husband take care of you?" They weren't always said with bad intentions, but they stayed in her mind like echoes she couldn't turn off. Mariam wasn't only struggling with weight, she was fighting anxiety. At gatherings, she compared herself to other women. On social media, she scrolled through perfect bodies and filtered smiles, convincing herself that everyone else had a perfect life and she didn't. Slowly, her confidence faded. Her self-worth started shrinking. Her husband loved her, truly, but sometimes jokes said casually cut deeper than he ever realized. In front of his family, Mariam felt tense. She felt as if everyone was looking, not at her manners, not at her heart, but at her body. One night, she broke. In sujud, tears soaked her prayer mat. "Ya Allah, I've started hating myself. I'm unhappy with my body, with my appearance. Am I being ungrateful?" That night, something shifted inside her. She realized the problem wasn't just weight loss. It was about losing her self-respect. She remembered, in Islam, the body is an amanah, a trust from Allah. Ignoring it, harming it, or hating it, that wasn't strength. She reflected on a verse that warned against harming oneself, and she understood. Overeating, laziness, and neglecting health were also forms of self-damage. Mariam had tried everything before: crash diets, detox drinks, salads only. Each time, she lost weight quickly and gained it back even faster, along with frustration, guilt, and disappointment. One day, she attended a masjid lecture. The topic was the lifestyle of the Prophet ﷺ. The scholar said something that shook her heart. "A human does not fill a worse container than the stomach. A few bites are enough to keep the body upright." That sentence wasn't just about food, it was about discipline. The Prophet ﷺ rarely ate until full. Mariam decided to stop fighting her body and start respecting it. She began mindful eating. She ate when she was truly hungry, not bored, not emotional. She remembered another hadith. "We are a people who eat when hungry and stop before full." She reduced her portions. She paused between bites. She thanked Allah while eating. Slowly, things changed. Mariam used to wake up late and sleep again after Fajr, but then she read a dua of the Prophet ﷺ asking for barakah in the morning hours, so she stopped going back to bed. After Fajr, she walked, sometimes on the terrace, sometimes around her home. Nothing intense, no gym pressure, just consistent movement. That simple walk became healing for her body and her mind. The Prophet ﷺ loved steady, purposeful walking. Mariam made it an act of worship. "Ya Allah, I'm walking so I can serve you better." With that intention, every step became sadaqah. She learned even drinking water is sunnah, sitting down, sipping calmly. Her digestion improved, her overeating reduced. Then she started fasting, Mondays and Thursdays. Fasting didn't just reduce her weight, it healed her emotional eating. Gradually, her body changed, but the real struggle, her insecurities, still visited her. A comment here, a post there. Then she remembered, Allah does not look at your bodies or your wealth. He looks at your hearts and your actions. Beauty isn't in numbers on a scale, it's in taqwa. Mariam finally spoke to her husband, openly, honestly. She told him about her anxiety, her pain, her fear. That conversation changed everything. For the first time, he understood the weight of his words. He started walking with her, encouraging her, supporting her. This journey was no longer just weight loss, it was healing their marriage too. 6 months later, Maryam had lost a noticeable amount of weight, but more importantly, she had found peace. Her anxiety was under control. She stopped feeling inferior. She learned that comparison is one of Shaitan's strongest weapons, and she held tightly to this reminder: never lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Maryam's story isn't just about weight loss, it's about recovering self-worth. Sunnah isn't a diet plan, it's a balanced lifestyle, healing the body, calming the mind, and nourishing the soul. If you're struggling with weight after marriage, if anxiety, comparison, and insecurity are draining you, if you're tired of diets that break you, remember this: Sunnah is slow, but it is sustainable. May Allah help us honor the trust of our bodies and grant us not just health, but peace. Ameen.